Today I'm setting up a Pacific table for the guys to play the island landing mission from Gung-Ho. I'm going to show you that you don't need a lot of special fancy terrain to make a realistic looking Pacific Island table. I'm starting with a plain green grassy table, which is what most people will have to begin with. And I'm starting by laying down one of the Pacific beach landing mats at one end. Now it's two-dimensional obviously, so it doesn't look quite as good as a beautifully modelled 3D sloping beach with lovely resin water effects, but having said that, it's also a whole lot easier. And these mats are printed on a special vinyl. It's really tough and durable, and it lays really flat. There's a thin strip of grass on one side to help it blend in with the table. I'm going to be adding some more terrain later on as well to help hide that edge. I'm going to add a stream running diagonally across the table down to the sea. It's pretty common for Pacific Islands to sort of climb quite steeply up to sort of rocky volcanic highlands, so I'm going to add a couple of rocky hills sort of further inland and one of these rocky escarpments. To start giving a real island feel, I'm going to add a few palm trees. Now generally, unless you're at a beach resort, palm trees don't grow in nice neat lines all along the beach. I'm going to add a few groves sort of heading inland from the water. Now trees on Pacific Islands actually have plenty of variety. It's not all palm trees and jungle, so whatever kinds of forest trees you have, you can pretty much use them without feeling like it's not going to look right. And for a bit of variety, I'm going to add a few of these deciduous woods further inland. Next I'm adding a small village on the banks of the stream using the island hut set. Now if you have the Vietnamese huts which came out with Brownwater Navy, these houses will look quite familiar because they're the same buildings. And again, variety is good, so I'm going to add one of these Italian buildings as maybe a colonial mission house. And I'll give the village a couple of small fields. And I'll add a couple of bridges for the villagers to use to get across the stream, and of course they'll be really important in the game as well. The battlefield's not looking too bad at this point, but I want to add a bit more greenery to both break up lines of sight a bit and also to make sure our table has a nice lush tropical look. Lastly, I want to add a bit of destruction to show that this particular landing has been preceded by a heavy naval bombardment. Again, it's good to keep an open mind about what types of terrain are going to fit with your theme. This shattered woods is actually from our Great War terrain range. And finally I'll add some craters. And there you have it, a finished Pacific Island board ready to play the island landing mission.